What if I told you South Africa's very first post office wasn't a building? It wasn't even a post office. It was a tree. And somehow a shoe. Yeah, you heard me, a shoe. When I first heard the story, I actually had to go check if it was true. The tree did not surprise me. Trees have been part of stories forever. But a shoe, out of everything they could have used, why a shoe? Honestly, I don't think I'll be putting my hand inside anyone else's shoe. More than 500 years ago, long before phones and emails or even a quick message saying, "We've arrived safely," ships disappeared for months. Some never came home. If another ship was following behind, there was no way to warn them about a storm or about any dangers or what waited ahead, unless someone found another way. One Portuguese sailor found himself in exactly that situation. He needed to leave an important message, an important warning for another captain who hadn't arrived yet. There was no mailbox, no messages, no harbor officers, so he wrote a letter, placed it inside of an old leather shoe, hung it from a milkwood tree, and sailed away. Okay, let's just think about this for a second. He wasn't just hoping someone would find it, he was hoping the right person would. I mean, like, that's a big risk. But somehow it worked. The next Portuguese captain arrived. He noticed the shoe hanging from a tree. I mean, like, who would have noticed that? Opened it, read the message, and the warning reached exactly the person it was meant for. Like, no ways. That one letter may have helped prepare the next expedition for dangers that lie ahead. That should have been the end of the story. Other sailors started doing the exact same thing. One message became another, then another, then another, until this ordinary milkwood tree became what many people now know as South Africa's first unofficial post office. And here's the part I love the most. The tree is still there, and you can visit it today. You can stand beneath the same branches, look up, and imagine sailors doing exactly the same thing more than 500 years ago, looking for a message, hoping there'd be one waiting. I mean, like, look, I still can't get over the shoe though. Not the tree, the shoe. Imagine being that sailor who had to reach inside of it. I really hope it was clean or it was new, you know? But the more I thought about the story, and the more I realized it was never about that stinking old shoe. It was about one person, faced with a problem, choosing to do something instead of nothing. He had no idea that hundreds of years later, people would still be talking about that one decision. Sometimes, history doesn't begin with a king or a battle. Sometimes, it begins with one ordinary person like you and me, trying to solve one ordinary problem. And somehow that changed everything. Until next time, every murder remembers.